afternoon. Wow. Welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. Program is produced by Breakthrough TV and I am Carl, your host. It's been a wonderful day today.